So my visual aid is Winnie, who I am training to be a service dog. So being told you can't pet a cute dog like this may ruin your day, but there are important reasons why this is in play. According to the Department of Justice and Civil Rights Division under ADA, certified service dogs must be permitted in public places with their partner. The issue is not dogs that are already trained, but dogs that are currently in training. So under the American Disabilities Rights website, SDIT, or Service Dogs in Training, do not hold any rights. There is no federal law that permits access to public places for service dogs in training. There are currently 5 states that do not allow this, and it includes places such as hospitals, restaurants, stores, and etc. So I'm currently training a service dog in training, and even though Pennsylvania does allow these dogs in public places, I understand how detrimental it would be to her training and the lives of people living with disabilities. So the federal government should enact a law under ADA that gives service dogs in training the same rights as certified service dogs. I will be explaining how enacting a federal law that would allow these dogs the same public access as trained service dogs would be beneficial. The states that currently do not allow service dogs in training in public are Michigan, Delaware, Hawaii, South Dakota, and Washington. And it's a state-by-state law, and all of the laws and rights for each state are outlined by Rebecca Wish at the University of Michigan Law in 2019. So these states do not allow public access at all. And they don't do this because they don't want the service dogs in training to either destroy property, bother workers, cause a distraction, or they're worried they carry disease. And while all these are very true reasons and very valid, it only gets better with practice. And when you go into the organization, they make it clear from the start that if you bring the dog in training in public, you are also saying that you are fully prepared to leave if this dog needs to leave as well. So if you don't trust the dog to go somewhere yet, wait until it's a little bit older because you need to be able to physically remove yourself from the situation. And these dogs are also very well taken care of. They get their monthly meds at their training sessions, routine vet appointments that are taken care of by the organization. And they also have monthly checkup reports to make sure that the raiser is also taking a good care of the dog. So I am enacting this law because there's already states that allow this, so it wouldn't really change a lot, and it wouldn't cost the states any money, and it would benefit their training and the lives of people living with disabilities. My first step to enact this law would be to get contact with the organizations that raise service dogs. So the first organization I would go to would be the one that I work with, which is the Susquehanna Service Dogs. My second step would be to write a speech to lawmakers about how it wouldn't change much, it wouldn't cost the states any money again, and that it would have a higher success rate of service dogs in training and impact the lives of people living with disabilities. These people cannot carry normal lives, and these service dogs can be their one chance to do things that they never thought they could do again. My last step would be to work with local states that could get my speech and what I would like to change to the federal government. I wouldn't expect to get straight to the federal government right away. So for personal funding, I would look to the Susquehanna Service Dogs and Guide Dog Foundations, whose training would be impacted if states didn't allow this. And it would probably take, since it would have to be enacted by the federal government, I'm assuming that it would take about 6 months to a year. So the impacts if we don't do this, it would be detrimental to their training. And according to Dr. Dreschel, who is Winnie's trainer, these dogs need to be able to go out in public. They need to experience it. It's completely different from training at home. If they were to be out in public and get distracted, and it could be detrimental to the dog and to their partner. When they're young, it's the perfect time for them to go out in public and learn that cars and bikes aren't scary and birds aren't that big of a deal, and they need to be able to have complete focus on their partner. Otherwise, service dogs wouldn't be a thing, because they wouldn't be able to give the partner the attention that they need. If we do this, it would change the lives of many people living with disabilities. These dogs would be focused, they would be trained well, and allow people with disabilities to hold a job, go do daily activities, to go skiing, or just anything that they would never think would be possible. These dogs give them a second chance. So in conclusion, I believe that the federal government should enact a law that allows service dogs in training the same rights as certified service dogs. These dogs improve the lives of many people. It wouldn't change much, since many states already do this, and it's heartwarming to see how it impacts people's lives. Personally, seeing how grateful people are when they get a service dog, it's heartwarming and it's a life-changing experience. So besides, who could say no to letting my currently sleeping dog into a public place? Thank you.